Very good afternoon. Welcome to Cardiff City TV for coverage of this under-21s game between Cardiff City and Peterborough United. John Donovan along with Tom Hopkins this afternoon. Pleased to have your company on this Tuesday lunchtime. There's a healthy smattering of fans in the grandstand below us, and we're looking forward to the start of another good year of under-21 football. The teams are out. The sprinklers are on, a last-minute water of the pitch. And it's a pretty strong 11 Cardiff City have named. We think in the 4-3-3 formation to mirror that of the first team. Should have some lineups on your screen at the moment. I believe our screen might have just imminently or just temporarily frozen. But for Cardiff City, lining up in goal with Rohan Luthra. Back four then of Joel Bagan. A trialist is playing as number 4. My apologies to his family. It's always very harsh when you talk about a trialist. There we go. We have our picture back. Number 5 is Xavier Benjamin. He's the captain. And Jay Semenyo will play from the right. We think that Cameron Antwi will hold in the number 6 role to be flanked either side by Eli King and Joel Colwell. And a front three of Cian Ashford, Jack Lee and Ollie Tanner. Graphic has it as 3-5-2. We shall see. And the visitors, Peterborough United, we believe a 4-4-2, managed of course by ex-Peterborough, Tottenham and West Ham player Matthew Etherington. Looks like a pacey front four: Idris Kanu, Gabriel Overton, and then the top two of Hamid Ishala and Kai Corbett. If you are joining us from a Peterborough persuasion, you are very welcome. We will try and be as unbiased as possible, but bear with us as we await the kickoff of this under-21 game. Peterborough in the light green shirts and shorts will be playing from right to left, and we are underway here at Cardiff City Stadium. Immediate ball forward by O'Connell. So throwing to Peterborough on the far side in front of the Ninian stand, just checking on those formations. It does look like 4-3-3 for Cardiff as Semenyo steps in and wins that ball well on halfway and drives forward to find Lee. Lee, nice turn. Goes in field. Fields it back to King. King spreads the game to Ashford. Ashford, nice ball between the line to Lee. Lee makes tracks into the penalty area. Back to Semenyo. Low cross. Doesn't find his man. Peterborough should clear, and their first chance to come away, but that's great covering from Antwi there, immediately showing how mobile, athletic he is to cover the ground. And a new addition to Cardiff City and wearing the captain's armband already, Tom.
Yeah, I think you're right there. He's Xavier Benjamin, I think, wearing the captain's armband today. He's somebody who I was speaking to Jack Lee just the other day, and he said, he's a massive character already, even though he's only been involved with the team for a couple of weeks. And I think the same applies to Cameron Antwi. He's quite a popular figure already and fits in quite well.
Chance on goal, shot goal, first goal of the season. Joel Colwell, beautiful finish after excellent build-up play down the left-hand side from Cardiff City. It's been quick, it's been incisive already in the first. We haven't even played 90 seconds of this one, and the under-21s have their first home goal of the season. And it's Joel Colwell, the man who finished coolly, side-foot finish into the bottom right-hand corner. Excellent build-up play from the left-hand side, and really Peterborough have had no answer to Cardiff in the first 90 seconds of this one. Tom, Ollie Tanner playing a part in this. Joel Bagan, that left-hand side looks strong.
Yeah, it's just immediate pressure right away, isn't it? Easy enough finish for Joel to put away as well. Fair play to him.
Cardiff back on the front foot once more, looking to press the game. Peterborough need to grow into this. They have it through Ishala, who keeps it moving wide to Kanu. Good pressure all over the field. Goal scorer Colwell that time, but Peterborough have worked the ball in behind. Kanu can't quite stretch and keep it in. That will be out for a goal kick. And we shall see a replay of that goal once more. Tanner to Bagan. That's a great advanced position from Bagan. Drives into the area, puts the ball across. Colwell steps in with a nice composed finish to give the Bluebirds the lead. And as I said, my apologies for my mistake a few minutes ago. It is, of course, Xavier Benjamin wearing the captain's armband, not Cameron Antwi, but both new additions to the club and both gaining rave reviews in their early Cardiff City careers. And there is Benjamin, who comes across and wins the ball strongly. Peterborough will have the throw and their first chance to make progress, or any real sustained progress, towards the Cardiff defensive third. There's a little bit too much space there for McGlinchey, although the door is closed and Cardiff can potentially come away. Semenyo will turn it back to Luthra. And Cardiff will look to build from the back. It's a very wide ball to the left-hand side. If Luthra chooses to use it, he does. That's probably going to be overhit from Bagan. Darren Pearce applauds the idea. He was the man in space, but the execution wasn't fantastic, giving Peterborough a throw midway inside the Cardiff hard. If you are just joining us, welcome along. You've missed a lot already. You might miss more here. Cardiff 1 goal to the good, and they look to make it 2. Can't quite release Ashford there. The ball was behind him, but yeah, welcome along to Under-21's coverage. John Donovan alongside Tom Hopkins. The Bluebirds ahead. Well, within 90 seconds, Joel Colwell, the goal scorer, after excellent build-up work from the left-hand side. And Cardiff have started with a real urgency here. Good tackle in the middle of the park, though, from Will Van Leer. Breaks up that play, but Cardiff immediately win it back again. Tanner drives in field, clip shot at goal, just over the bar. He claims a foul, but Cardiff City right now, Tom, not giving their opponents room to breathe.
No, they're certainly not. They've been dominant since the start of this match, and you would say perhaps even though the short amount of time played, it's a deserved lead. Must be said, they've been clinical thus far, and unfortunate there for Ollie Tanner not to quite get his shot on target, but he felt he was under pressure there, and perhaps the foul committed on him.
Peterborough now look to build from the back. Then the long diagonal. Will that catch Bacon out? No, he stretches, he heads, and it'll be a throwing to the visitors. As they look to build from the back again and settle into this game. Mackenzie Lamb goes back to his goalkeeper, Matthew Laylock. King engages, forces Peterborough back. Tanner and King really angling the play well there. Now Lee can go and press. Cardiff wanted to force the play back across the pitch. They did just that. It was a press with a purpose. Lee then is able to aggressively press, and Cardiff win a throw-in. Semenyo into Colwell. Will run away from Colwell, but King will tidy up and get the foul also. Will Cardiff look to move this at pace? Bacon is calling for the ball. Cardiff go short. Now they use Bacon. Bacon drives forward. Tanner, well, Bacon thought he was going to get the inside run. Tanner was held up. But immediately we're seeing signs that at this level at least, Tanner and Bacon, dangerous, promising combination. Again, Cardiff squeeze the pitch. Looking to put pressure on the ball, making Peterborough come across the field, and then you just look at Jack Lee in your picture. He can activate, he can go now, he will press. That's the whole intention of this, and Peterborough just about get away with it. But it's good shape from Cardiff. Semenyo will keep that in, does he? He loses possession. Peterborough at least now having some consecutive touches of the ball. As O'Connell looks to carry out. Ball forward looking for Kanu. It's well dealt with by the trialist, and he wins a good second tackle also. Although he's a little bit of an impact injury there as he tries to get back into position. Peterborough aren't done yet. Nice field to McGlinchey. Tries to play the inside ball. Semenyo is wise to that, gets back into position and clears away. But Tom maybe just signs Peterborough settling into the game.
Certainly, it must be said, they you know, probably were caught off guard by that early press early on and seem now to be a little more comfortable on the ball. Though, of course, City will be looking to press wherever they can.
Shot on goal here. Luther in control of the situation. There was a little bit too much space there for Will van Leer. Benjamin came out to press. There was a ball round the corner which opened up some space for Peterborough. But the shot wasn't of great quality and Cardiff will have a goal kick. And Leer fancied his chances from around about 25 yards. No harm, no foul to the Cardiff City goal as Darren Pearce has words with Jack Lee below us. Matthew Bloxham patrolling the technical area as well as Cardiff do try and use that release ball to Bagan, but under pressure he can't control it. It's out for a throw into Peterborough. We've got to throw one of these in every game, Tom. You don't remember Matthew Etherington and when him and Simon Davis went from Peterborough to Tottenham? I'm that old, am I?
I'm afraid I don't remember that one. Sorry, JP. Care to enlighten me?
Every year I get older and every year you get younger. O'Connell, ball into midfield. O'Connell certainly looks comfortable with the ball at his feet. That looks like a nice battle in the middle of the park. Benjamin on Ishola. That time Ishola gets the better of it. Nice protection of the ball, trying to draw Benjamin in. Peterborough will get the free kick. McGlinchey to O'Connell, who does look calm on the ball. And that's a nice spin away on his left foot. Ball into Ishola, but that time it's read well by the Bluebirds. They pick it up and Lee has it in some space. Looks for the run of Colwell. Colwell push from behind. I think that's going to be a... Well, is it outside the box? It is outside the box. It was given by the assistant referee. Tom, the referee, was going to play on, but it was the assistant referee who made the decision. Flag to the referee. It'd be interesting to see the replay of this, inside or outside the box.
Looks to be just outside, I would say, perhaps. It's hairline, but the referee wouldn't... I don't think he's quite apprehensive about calling a penalty kick there, but... And even a foul, to be honest with you. He was shaking his head quite strongly.
I think the Cardiff player had forward momentum, was in advance of the Peterborough player, so any nudge from behind would probably be considered a foul, should be considered a foul. It results in this free kick, and Ollie Tanner looks interested. Pretty close to the penalty area. It was going to be a challenge to get it up and down. Referee's whistle. Tanner steps up, shoots a goal. Good save. Thought that was labelled for the bottom right-hand corner. Strong right hand from Laylock. Great effort on goal from Tanner. As Semenyo gets back to head the danger away, and Cardiff will come again. Bagan beats his man a little too easily for Peterborough's liking. Good advance there from Bagan. Ashford is just caught by Kanu, but King is there to start the press again. Really was a great whip of a free kick from Tanner, who has the ball now, picks up a loose play. Ashford gets it out of his feet, shot on goal. Couldn't quite get the back lift he wanted, and that's another save from Laylock. But this Cardiff press is giving Peterborough all kinds of problems in the first 11.5 minutes of this game. And Tanner was very close to making it 2 for Cardiff. Good save, though, from Matthew Laylock. Oh, that's a heavy tackle in the middle of the field. Both players went in fairly. Both players got something on the ball, and most importantly, both players get up as Cardiff come again. King opens up his body well, feeds it to Bagan. Bagan has Tanner down the line, but chooses to go back to his number 4, the trialist. Peterborough have every man back inside their own half. Nice step forward by Benjamin. Now can he find the ball? He can to Bagan. Bagan on the stretch tries to head it back in field to Tanner, but it's picked up well by Van Leer. He's fouled by King. Good drive forward And that will be a free kick to Peterborough, just in front of the Ninian stand. Chance maybe. I just wonder whether we're going to see the free kick again. Come back to that. It was a good effort and a good save. Good press again from Cardiff, forcing it back to Laylock. Although Peterborough look a team that want to play out from the back and have some comfortable players there, notably Charlie O'Connell. He and Van Leer have maybe been the most noticeable so far for the Posh. Of course, Laylock as well with that excellent save. Semenyo presses on Cano and forces the turnover. Benjamin back to Semenyo. Into Colwell, always available, although he gets the ball caught under his feet somewhat. Cardiff do, though, get it back. Antwi, good strength, just when I thought he was going to lose the ball, finds Semenyo. Semenyo has Lee. It's not a great pass to Lee, although Cardiff will win the corner. A little bit of a hospital pass there. Jack Lee looks back in frustration, but Cardiff continues to have the ascendancy in this one.
Certainly do. They're going for that, passing the ball around quickly and well. And
I've just seen that free kick, and we don't even have time to analyse it as King steps in and scores.
Well, where did that come from? That was a terrific strike from Eli King.
It was indeed. Lovely left foot strike into the bottom right hand corner. Laylock claiming to be unsighted. Certainly there were a lot of players, a lot of Peterborough players that didn't really press out from the edge of the box. You can see they're staying very, very deep there. Lee gets it back to King. He has an awful lot of time. Well, no manager is going to be happy about how much time he had to step forward and put that on goal. No press. Laylock unsighted. Cheap goal for Peterborough, but a beautiful strike from Eli King.
Certainly was. Left-footed as well, It's keeper doesn't have much of a chance there. He gets a hand to it, to be fair to him, but there's no stopping that one when he's been given that much time to get a shot away.
And we were trying to assess and analyse the free kick, but Cardiff took that corner, and that's the pace, that's the energy that Cardiff are playing with in the early stages of this one. And they come again. Lee, nice touch around the corner, keeps it going. Here's Ashford. Can he give the reverse pass back to Lee? He decides to go himself, goes against the grain. Decent shot, better save from Laylock, and if it wasn't for the Peterborough goalkeeper, this game might be very well out of sight already. Good save on the stretch from Laylock as Ashford did the sensible thing and went back from where the keeper had moved from. Always catches the keeper off balance. Laylock did very well to readjust, but Cardiff will have this corner. Credits Jack Lee in that move as well. Corner towards the near post, headed away by Donnelly. Ball is back into the area though. That's good improvisation to Tanner. Tanner gets underneath it, puts the ball high, wide, not very handsome into the Grange end, but that was a very nice touch by the number 4 with his back to goal. Little flick up for Tanner. You get the impression Cardiff are enjoying themselves out there right now. Antwi again, he just covers the ground, eats up the ground when he needs to go and make a tackle and make a press. Good from Bagan, good read. Cardiff just more alive at the moment. Colwell back to King, the 2 goal scorers combined. Here's Benjamin, gets his head up, gives it to Semenyo. Semenyo looks to attack the line. Ball, well, there was a gap there, but Semenyo couldn't get the pace on it he needed, and ball is taken away from Ashford. Laylock goes long, but it's won by Cardiff again, who are really just congesting the game and trying to squeeze the game from the halfway line up. I must admit, being impressed by a lot of people, but certainly very impressed by Cameron Antwi in these early stages. Just how mobile he is around the pitch to cover space as the holding midfielder. Peterborough do now have a foray into the Cardiff half. Cardiff, though, have their shape, they have their structure. Peterborough forced backwards once more. Well, we wondered before the season started what Steve Morrison and his first team would play in terms of formation and what the likely trickle down would therefore be for the younger age groups, and this 4-3-3 seems to be working extremely well for Cardiff at the moment. It's a flexible 4-3-3, nothing rigid about it, but it gives Cardiff a lot of options on the ball, and whoever's playing that number 6 role, be it Ryan Wintle in the first team, Cameron Antwi in this one, central to everything, just patrolling the middle of the park and keeping things ticking over. It's been an impressive 18.5 minutes, Tom.
Really has, yeah. It's been a lot of just controlled aggression, I would say, in the opening this season so far, and definitely a statement of intent, I must say, with the amount of chances that they've created and those that they have scored. Been very clinical.
Nice touch around the corner from Lee Colwell. Heavy touch, unfortunately, there. Right now, Matthew Etherington and his Peterborough team have some problems, and they find themselves on the end of a 2-goal deficit. Nice ball inside by Oscar Tonge. Peterborough do now have a chance to make the game a bit more expansive and come down the right-hand side. Here's Donnelly. He has to turn back, though. Once more, the Cardiff shape without the ball is good. Crossfield ball, Semenyo should be able to tidy that up, and he does indeed heather it back to Rohan Luthra. Nice ball movement again from Cardiff. Colwell can keep it moving. Bacon has continued his run. He finds Lee on the right-hand side. Lee will drive at his man. Looks to cut inside, protects the ball. He has Semenyo in support. Decides to play the harder ball to Tanner. Does find Tanner. Tanner with a little flick finds Ashford. Ashford's shot is blocked, but King, watching the spin, should get there. There's a clash of heads. And the Peterborough player has gone down prone, and the referee rightly immediately signals the physio to come on. That spin just caught both players out. The Peterborough player had the run. King was going from a standing jump, and there's like a nasty clash of heads there, and the Peterborough player has come off worse. Although Eli King in your picture is also feeling the effects. So important that every precaution is taken with head injuries. And our thoughts at the moment with the Peterborough player, who appears to be pretty prone on the pitch. It's a chance for us to see the goals again. Colwell, lovely finish. Didn't give enough credit to Ashford there. After a heavy first touch, he regained his composure very well to lay it back to Colwell. Tanner and Bagan, the other men involved. Just keeping one eye on the replays and one eye on the pitch. There is a little bit of concern here for the Peterborough player. Hopefully this is all precautionary. As again we see the Eli King goal, and well, it's like Moses in the Red Sea there. Just parted and allowed him to put a shot on goal, which Laylock had no chance with. Well, there's a full medical team here, so if you are watching from Peterborough, the player is in very safe and capable hands. There is a gurney, a stretcher just coming onto the pitch now, but again, I think this is all precautionary based on the fact that it's a head injury, and rightly so, Tom. In the modern game, player welfare, player safety, every precaution should be taken with a head injury.
Absolutely, yeah. It's he's definitely got the best people around him currently, just to seemingly just help him off the pitch now.
Cardiff getting some words of encouragement from Darren Pearce and Matthew Bloxham. As the Peterborough players milling around, their concern first and foremost is for their teammate. Gives me a chance to remind you that the senior team back in action tomorrow. Again, I'm going to get a series of replays. That was the foul that led to the Tanner free kick, and that was a good strong hand from Laylock. Thought Tanner had found the bottom corner there. But yep, don't forget the senior team back in action tomorrow, travelling to West Bromwich Albion. Got a feeling it might be an 8 o'clock kickoff. I should know, I'm going. If it is an 8 o'clock kickoff, the pre-game show will start half an hour beforehand. And of course, this season, the pre-game show's coming to you live from the opponent's ground. Trying to bring you a little closer to the action. I'm pleased to say the Peterborough player he's on the stretcher, but he's up and he's communicating. So that's a very, very welcome sight. He is moving, and he is communicating with the medics around him, but every precaution being taken, and he will no doubt receive a warm round of applause now as he is wheeled off the field. Need to check quite who it was. I wonder whether it was James Dornley. I will check all the numbers momentarily to see who's still out there. But good to see some Cardiff City players as well, just giving a little bit of encouragement and comfort to the player coming off. He is in good hands. And if you are a family member or a friend watching him from Peterborough, he is moving and communicating. And I think, just make sure he's okay with that head injury, but he will be returned home safely. The game starts once more. Wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a lull. Always tends to be after a break in play or incident such as that. Cardiff will try and regain the momentum. That did go out. Cardiff will have the throw. Ashford comes short, but the control on his knee is a little heavy. Peterborough do have an outlet ball on the right-hand side, but Bagan's wise for that, steps in, although his ball to Tanner is a little short. It's a bit messy after the restart. Good tackle by Bagan on Kanu. Tanner is stopped in his tracks. I think it may have been number 8, Will Van Leer, the player who was injured and has come off. I see the number 14 playing in midfield. It's Titchmarsh who's come on. So I believe it is Will Van Leer, and of course we wish him well. Focus back to the game though, as Antwi turns it back to Cardiff City's trialist playing today, with the number 4 on his back. Lee will look to pick up bits and pieces, but that's good ball protection by Gabriel Overton there. But Antwi once more just gets back and shrugs his man off and wins the ball. And I think I have a new favourite in the under-21 team already. Semenyo, nice footwork, but that's a very strong tackle to stop him in his tracks by Roddy McGlinchey. Tough, but fair. I assume he might have Scottish ancestry. Ball is out to Tonge. Faced up by Lee, who's done a lot of good work without the ball today. Jack Lee, I think his press and defensive due diligence has been good. Oh, it's almost turned over again, but Ashford can't quite get there ahead of O'Connell. Peterborough living dangerously once more, playing out from the back. Benjamin, it looks like he's flighted that beautifully. He has indeed. Finds Lee, who kept himself on side. Semenyo needs to get closer to join. Tackle is made. Cardiff will have a throw in. Colwell claims a foul. Nothing given. And Titchmarsh is able to, well, I thought, rescue the situation for Peterborough. His ball to O'Connell was a little short, but it will be a goal kick to Peterborough. And Tom, understandably, Peterborough look a little bit at odds and ends at the moment.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they've had a unfortunate substitution due to that injury, so they may be a little off balance for a while, but I imagine it's one of them where, you know, they are still a good side, so they will adapt. .5 minutes gone. Cardiff lead by 2-0. Goals from Colwell and King. Two players who had very good pre-seasons and made an impression on Steve Morrison and the senior team. That will be offside as Ishola came back on side from an offside position. And right now Cardiff are in complete control of this game. Antwi, good layoff by Ashford. Lee, improvisation. Well, there should have been a man there. Tanner had drawn his man in field. There was space for Bagan to go beyond. Maybe didn't quite expect the improvisation from Lee. But a good ball that deserved better rewards there. Antwi will pressure again, but Colbelt does well on that occasion. Tanner thinks he's back and wins the ball, but the referee says there was a foul in that. To me, it looked like just a bit of jostling, to be honest. Nothing bad in it.
Benjamin will come across and clear that up. Corbelt turns around and looks at Tonge and said, I wanted the ball on the floor. It didn't need the clip pass. Made life easy for the Cardiff centre-half, who's impressed, as has his counterpart, although we can only refer to him as trialist. Always a proud moment for the trialist family. Semenyo to King now as Cardiff build through the middle of the park. King spreads it out to Bagan, who is trying to get forward at every opportunity. King turns it to Benjamin. Semenyo comes narrow, allowing Lee to take the space behind him. That's something we see a lot in Cardiff's patterns of play. Lee, lovely ball to the Cardiff winger. He tries to keep it moving down the line to Semenyo. It's a good tackle from Tonge, but Cardiff once more attacking the Peterborough defensive third. He sensed they could really kill this game before half-time. And so a nice ball around the corner to King. King finds the referee. Nice 1-2. Cardiff regain possession, which is why the whistle doesn't go, and they will build down the left-hand side. Bagan to Colwell. Colwell turns it back. Antwi now in possession. Lovely ball between the lines. Looks a real fine to me. Cameron Antwi in the number 6 position. The quarterback position in this 4-3-3 formation. Benjamin now. He feeds Semenyo. Nice from Lee. Finds Ashford. Semenyo had continued his run. Semenyo faced up by 4 players. If Cardiff can spread the game, they have a low overlap on the left-hand side. Well, Tanner wants to go centrally. He just runs into one man too many. Cardiff, though, will have the free kick. And it just continues to be all Bluebirds, Tom.
It really is. There's a lot of just dominance here, and obviously I think in defence it looks as though the Posh have had to go into some sort of 4-4-2 kind of formation just to get 2 banks of 4 players just ready to soak up that pressure.
Bagan drives to the corner flag. Good cross in as well. Ashford is up. Does he get something on it? I think that will be a goal kick. That was nice from Bagan. Got all the way to the corner flag. Just a little quick shout out from me. I know Martin Pritchard likes to tune in and watch these games. He's been laid low for a while with an operation. So Martin, if you're watching today, we hope you're enjoying it and get well soon. Colwell has made a good run there, breaking from midfield into the right-hand attacking channel, but Cardiff chose to remain patient, and Antwi once more spots the ball, but one of the first times his pass goes amiss. He wins the ball back though, gives it to Colwell, and Colwell keeps it going to Semenyo. Ashford lays it off to Colwell. Colwell, who's being pulled all over the place. Well, Titchmarsh wanted to swap shirts prior to the 90 minutes finishing. Cardiff will have another free kick, and Joe Colwell, he maybe doesn't have explosive pace, and we've said that about his brother, but his balance on the ball, his ability to go either way means he's such a gifted footballer.
Of course, yeah, it's not just that, it's his strength as well. You know, he managed to just completely hold off the player there to the extent where he did have to tug at his collar.
King, who's doing a good job of just keeping everything ticking over. Drill past to Semenyo. Semenyo keeps it in, but can't get it under close control. But Cardiff's work rate again. Semenyo and Colwell on the press means that Cardiff will have a throw in. Heads forward. Antwi is beaten, but Cardiff have covering numbers there, and the ball will go back to Luthra, playing as the sweeper keeper. King makes himself available. Very cool and composed, Eli King. Big future ahead of him. That ball goes a little amiss from our trialist, although Cardiff will press once more, and Laylock will be forced into a little bit of a rush clearance there. As the game continues to be played predominantly in the Peterborough United half. Clearance from Lamb. Good win and good take from King. King feeds it to Bacon. Bacon has an avenue to go down into Ashford. Ashford, lovely spin away from his man. Cuts back. Now needs support. Tries the little Cruyff turn pass to King. Or Bacon, rather. Doesn't come off on that occasion. Cardiff once more, though. Just hemming Peterborough in. Is Bacon fouled? No, he's not. Dornley did well. Can Peterborough build from that? We've got less than 10 minutes before half-time, although there will be, of course, some significant stoppage time after that injury to Will van Leer. Good covering from Benjamin. Read the situation once more, covered the ground, and Peterborough stopped in their tracks. Matthew Etherington below us, furious at the ease at which Cardiff were able to play out there, and they've played out so well that they're now into the attacking third on the right hand side with Lee. Lee goes across the box, shot at goal. Maybe thought he was just going to run into a defender, took his eye off the ball slightly, didn't get great connection, drifts wide, but that was so easy, so impressive, but so easy the way Cardiff could play out there.
Of course, yeah, it all opens with a fantastic ball across the pitch towards Lee, and you know, you'll be annoyed that he hasn't quite managed to finish that, but at the end of the day, City have absolutely dominated thus far today.
Benjamin to Semenyo. Back to Antwi to Benjamin. I think Cardiff have picked up two good ones in those two. Benjamin drilled ball into the channel. Can Lee get there? Yep, good first touch. Stayed onside once more, looks to cut outside, feed it Colwell. Colwell back to Lee. Oh, this could be beautiful. Lee scabs his shot. Well, maybe his eyes lit up. Maybe he saw the glory of a goal of the season contender already in August. That was beautiful approach play from Cardiff, but Lee just couldn't quite put the finishing touches to it. Colwell once more, so strong, so balanced. Back to Semenyo. And so he tries to find Colwell. Colwell will go to ground. That's going to be a foul. It is, and Peterborough will have the release ball of a free kick. But such a shame, Tom, that Jack Lee couldn't finish that chance, because the build-up play really was impeccable.
It really was. Again, you know, they're just keeping it up, and got to feel bad a bit for Lee there because he's missed 2 in a minute, but that'll come. You know, it's still early on in the season. It's only the first half of the first match. And if this is a sign of things to come, then I think we're all the better for it.
Well, it started with the under-21s, or then under-23s last season, and has permeated through to the senior squad. But I must say, it is nice to be a Cardiff City fan again. Optimism rather than pessimism. And that's been continued today through the first 39 minutes of this one by this under-21 side. Benjamin will clean that up, although a slightly rushed pass. Can't link with Ashford. Semenyo will have to track his man. Tonja's got him behind. Good ball as well, and it needed the cover of Bagan. Ishala thought he might have been in there just on the stretch for the ball. Bagan saw, read the situation, came across, and it needed that intervention.
Certainly read the situation well, Bagan, I think. It's one of the chances from Lee. Just a quick one too with Colwell. Just not quite able to hit it as he would have liked. And you can see the frustration on his face there.
He's done all the hard work. It really would have been a beautiful goal. Peterborough looking for their first goal here. They have a corner. Brings some fan reaction. Luthra comes out. Good claim from the keeper on the stretch above Semenyo. His first real piece of action after 40 minutes. And that was a good claim. And that allows Cardiff to break, and break with Tanner. Tanner drives infield. Lee is free if Tanner can find him. Tries the drilled pass. It's cut out by O'Connell, who, for my money, has been the best Peterborough player on the pitch so far today. Looks like an organiser, and looks like a decent footballer as well. It's King to Lee, who has grown into this half in an attacking threat after being very good defensively and without the ball in the first 15 minutes. Peterborough have turned the ball over again. Here's Colwell. Colwell thinks about the shot, makes the angle a little more acute, tries to go back to Ashford. It's cut out. And that's a decent win from Kanu, who can now bring the ball through the centre circle and give it to Tonj, who's trying to activate a little bit more and get higher up the pitch. Good return ball. Is it to Kanu? No, it's just away from him. Benjamin shut the door once more, and it's back to Luthra.
Did well there just to fake out that he was committing to it. Put his man off and let Luthra just pick up.
Yeah, looks very assured back there. And you mentioned, Tom, early on, early days at the club, but he looks like a leader. He's communicating, he's organising a lot out there. Certainly,
I think he's a big character as well, and definitely he's wearing that captain's armband for a reason.
King, it's a beautiful weight on that to Colwell. Colwell's in. Can he find Ashford? No, he can't. It's good sweeping up there by Mackenzie Lamb, but Eli King has such a range of passing. Cardiff maybe just getting a little profligate in the attacking third, and that might allow Peterborough back in. They have a chance now. Is that going to be half-hearted claims for a handball? There is some from the Peterborough bench, none from the players. Cardiff maybe just thinking about a half well done and getting into half-time, although once more that's a beautiful ball. Cross-field pass to Semenyo. Semenyo drives inside. He's isolated himself somewhat. He keeps going. He'll now give it to Bagan, who's come narrow himself. He gives it to King. Lee round the corner, but Bagan wasn't quite on his toes on that occasion, perhaps thinking about getting back to his position, and Peterborough have the ball back. strong bench for Cardiff as well today. Kenneth, Dennis, Conte, Caleb Hughes and Tom Davis. Names that you'll recognise there and hope that you recognise more as this season of under-21 football goes on. Here's Lee. Well, that should be onside because Dornley had stayed deep. Cian Ashford maybe just caught in two minds whether to drive into the box or put the pass away. Dallied slightly. Ball is taken off his toe, but Cardiff will still get a corner.
Yeah, lingered a little, maybe longer than he should have, but nonetheless he'll settle for a corner kick, especially with only a couple of minutes left of this first half.
Can Cardiff make their dominance count by getting a third in this game? Semenyo comes short, changes the angle of attack. Here's Lee with a clip ball in. It was a nice idea, but there wasn't enough on it. And now Peterborough have a 3-on-3 momentarily. Antwi gets back well. The trialist gets back well. Cardiff are flooding numbers back there. Peterborough didn't break at pace. That could have been an opportunity, but Cardiff now have their shape and their composure back. And they've conceded the ball, and that's the man I gave the build-up to, O'Connell, who needlessly gave that ball away. Can Cardiff get one more before half-time? Here's Tanner, shot at goal. It's blocked. Dornley stuck with his man well. Cardiff will have the throw-in. So we're into the last minute of the 45 here at Cardiff City Stadium. Bagan and Antwi link up, although the ball is won by Titchmarsh. Ashford will go in on the chase and put Laylock under some pressure. It's been the story of the half really for Cardiff. Their work rate to press Peterborough has been immense really. Semenyo didn't react and come to the ball. He'll get back well and cover, but he was a little lax on that first play. Cardiff looked to play out time. Didn't see a board below us, but I suspect there'll be 2 or 3 minutes after the treatment that was given to Will Van Leer. King. Lovely weight of ball again. Can Colwell control it on the bounce? It's just away from him. Colwell continues his momentum and goes into Laylock, but I really enjoy watching Eli King's range of passing. He can go short, he can go long. Semenyo goes early and commits himself rather. King sweeps up, gives it back to Luthra. But Eli King, Tommy, he's not someone who necessarily makes these lung bursting runs, but he's completely in control of everything he's doing in midfield. I say he doesn't make lung bursting runs. He, of course, won the bleep test, but you know what I mean. He just looks so composed in there.
Certainly, he's got bundles of energy and he's got a lot of composure and just vision. He seems to always be looking over his shoulder, knowing where his teammates and the opponents are, and that's how he's been able to create so many good passes so far today.
Ashford can't quite link with Lee on this occasion. Lee will go off and chase, fouls his man. That will be a free kick to Peterborough. We are at the referee's discretion and he has a look at his watch. Bagan engages with Canu. That's a good pass from Canu, and Cardiff's coverage has broken down from once, and Corbelt is in behind. Doesn't make the most of it, though. Had far more time than that. Weak pass, well intercepted by the trialist. And Cardiff can have one more attack, perhaps, as Tanner drives inside. Ashford took his man away well. It was a good off-the-ball run by Ashford. Tanner, has he given Lee too much to do? Lee does just keep it in. No, he doesn't. Out for a goal kick. Ollie Tanner, nice idea, but just maybe feeling with Ollie Tanner like I did in that League Cup game last week. Wants to impress, and therefore maybe is just trying a little too hard at the moment. Obviously has the natural ability and skill. Corbelt, who has picked up another pocket of space, finds Canu. Canu, ball into the area to the 6-yard box. Back to goal. Good block by Cardiff's defender, the number 4, the trialist, and Cardiff should play out, but Peterborough have had a couple of moments just at the end of this half. Cardiff maybe, just maybe, switching off a little bit mentally.
I think it would have been unfair if they had managed to score off that one big chance that they'd made right before the half-time whistle went.
Starting to get a little messy. Semenyo is fouled there. It was a stretch tackle, maybe a scissors tackle. Semenyo is up, but it will be a booking for Charlie O'Connell. His name goes into the referee's book. From behind and stretching a little. You can see why the booking was given. Don't believe there was malice intended, but nevertheless, the Peterborough centre-half will be playing on a yellow card for the remainder of this game. Both sides might benefit for the half-time whistle. Well, Cardiff, whilst they've maybe got a little bit slack as we approach injury time, you have to say they've been phenomenal in the first 45 minutes. Unfortunately, that slack nature just creeps in again there as Louthra concedes possession. Peterborough at the moment, no clinical edge to take advantage of any sloppiness. Nice turn away from Tonge. Colwell. Oh, he starts that off outside the post, tried to bend it in. Wasn't a bad effort. Louthra always in control of the situation, but just in the last few minutes, Kai Colwell has started to impress, find some space. And someone Cardiff may need to keep an eye on in the second half. Always drifting, Tom, but not a bad effort.
No, not at all. As I said, I think it's very important. There we are. Just about to say, important that City don't concede before the first half, because you don't want to be giving up momentum and then having 20 minutes to think about it before going out again.
Warm round of applause from the crowd, and it's good to see a lot of youngsters in the grandstand below us. Richly deserved applause at the break. Cardiff City 2, Peterborough 0. And Tom, it started within 90 seconds. You could immediately see Cardiff on the front foot, pressing, harrying. They turned the ball over a couple of times before this goal, and nice work between Bagan and Tanner. Good improvisation there from Ashford. Lovely finish from Colwell.
Yeah, he's caught it on the bounce nicely. It's a side-footed effort. He's not under a huge amount of pressure, but it's just a nice finish.
Good to see a midfielder attacking the box and getting into that sort of position. Said it was nice between Tanner and Bagan, but I've got to give credit to Ashford, who initially miscontrolled it but regained his composure very quickly.
Really the perfect start to the season, it must be said. Good pace and very good on the ball, but he's still developing, and he'll continue to improve, no doubt, playing regardless of whether it's with the 21s in the academy or eventually with appearances in the first team, which I'm sure will follow.
This was when Eli King was given the freedom of Cardiff and took advantage of that generosity from Peterborough. Just no pressure on him. Cardiff, though, read the situation, worked the ball to King. King said, if you're going to give me that room, I will take a step, I will set up, and I will finish. And really, Matthew Laylock had no chance with this time.
No, and of course, he's just showing off that other kind of element he has to his game, King. He can pass the ball well, he can run, he can beat anybody in a bleep test, and he can score goals.
Yeah, very impressive young man. Very impressive under-21 performance in this first half. There were other chances. That was one for Ashford. I thought that was a really good save from Laylock. Ashford did well going back against the grain. Always catches a goalkeeper out. Jack Lee grew into the first half. There'll be a chance following this one, which he helped to create. He was part of it. Here he is on the edge of the box, linking with Colwell. This play had started before this. It was such a good move from Cardiff. Would have been an early contender for goal of the season. Jack Lee, well, you can see the frustration there, Tom.
Well, certainly it would have been a club goal of the month winner just because of the chemistry between that team passing that ball around. From the initial long pass to then the quicker stuff in the final third. It's unfortunate for Jack Lee. Maybe he's slightly snatched at the shot. Could have let it run in front of him a little, maybe even take it onto his left foot.
Well, there you have it. We suspect there will be more goals in the second half, but Cardiff have impressed in the first 45 minutes. We hope you're enjoying coverage of this under-21 game between Cardiff City and Peterborough United. We're going to have a break for around about 10 minutes or so. Join us for second half coverage. We look forward to your company. I'm John Donovan alongside Tom Hopkins. Pleased to give you the news that Cardiff under 21's very impressive through the first 45 minutes and currently lead by 2-0. Goals courtesy of Joel Colwell and Eli King. Both teams out on the pitch. I think Peterborough are about to make another substitution, their second substitution. It's Darlington who will be coming on. We'll wait to see who he replaces. No immediate changes that I can see in the Cardiff City lineup. And Tom, I guess the message, the intention is just to build off what was a very good first 45 minutes.
You'd certainly hope so, wouldn't you? I mean, the way that the momentum went in the beginning of the first half, I imagine they'll want to replicate that now and definitely remain in control of this fixture as it continues. I imagine that one of the main things Darren Pearce would have spoken to the team about at half-time will have been to keep a clean sheet, if nothing else, as well, which are very important in these long league campaigns.
I believe it is number 9, Hamid Ashola, who has come off. So, forward player. Cardiff will kick off the second half. Attacking the Canton end, playing from right to left, and we're underway with Eli King clipping the ball forward. Cardiff did get a little sloppy in the last few minutes of the first half. Perhaps who could blame them after being in control for so long? Important now that they re-engage and continue those high standards they set for the most part of the first half. Run you through the Cardiff City team momentarily, as Cardiff look to play out using Rohan Luthra. Ball will come to Antwi in the middle of the park. He turns it forward to Ashford. Lovely close control from Ashford. Finds King. King, can he pick out a run? He'll try and find Colwell with the late run. Jack Lee saying, should have come my way. And perhaps he has a point on that occasion. It was a harder ball to find Colwell. Antwi and number 4, the trialist, getting each other's way a little bit. Antwi comes off worse, but he's back on his feet. That Cardiff City team then, as Rohan Luthra plays out, or we will just pause momentarily, as for once he goes long rather than short. It's a good flick on from Tanner. Ashford's there. Ashford is fouled. That will be a free kick. Just checking that isn't Charlie O'Connell. No, it's not. I believe it's number 5, Mackenzie Lamb. He will take the yellow card. So now both centre-halves are on a booking. And quickly now, that Cardiff City team. Rohan Luthra in goal. Jay Semenyo, Xavier Benjamin, the trialist who's wearing the number 4 shirt, and Joel Bagan are the back 4. Cameron Antwi is the holding midfielder, flanked by Eli King and Joel Colwell, with Kian Ashford, Jack Lee and Ollie Tanner up top. As soon as I thought I had a chance to name the team there, I knew Rohan Luthra was going to go long with that kick. He hasn't done it all day. Whatever the case, it was decent distribution from the Cardiff City goalkeeper, and the result is this free kick in a very promising position. Lee goes short, change the angle. Bagan with a drilled ball to the far post. It won't reach Tanner, who's just limping slightly. Ball is back with Semenyo. He'll go back to Antwi in the centre circle. Tries to link with a player in front of him. That Cardiff City player, the centre-half, number 4, is retreating, and Cardiff lose the ball, although they pick it up almost immediately. Antwi again. Ball is back to Luthra. There's quite a bit of distance between Peterborough's front 2 and then their 2 banks of 4. They're looking to be a solid unit with those 2 banks, but if they win possession, I'm not sure their transition game is going to be as fluent as it perhaps needs to be to get back into this one. Oh, that's messy though from King. He'll get a second bite of the cherry. And Darren Pearce, well, you can probably hear him from Ely. Such was his anger at that little bit of sloppy play from Cardiff City. And maybe, just maybe, Tom, Cardiff continuing in their sloppy habits, which, to be fair, they only had for the last few moments of the first half. Yeah,
I think they just need to get settled into the second half quite quickly now. get back to the levels that they were at early in the first half. Well, for a majority of the first half, that being said.
Jack Lee runs the ball out and attempt to take on his man. Well, as you know, Tom, Darren Pearce is a lovely guy. I've had the pleasure of being on commentary with him a couple of times, but he's still an old-fashioned centre-half, and when he gets angry, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I think he's rightfully so. It's never justified, is it? The sloppy playing around the back, when I imagine that's the last thing they ever want to do. You know, it's probably drilled into them very often in training that if they are going to be passing it around, then they need to be conserved and safe with it.
Peterborough maybe just sniffing. They can take advantage of, well, rather lackadaisical Cardiff players. Benjamin is beaten there. Semenyo makes a good recovery tackle. O'Connell it is who's pushed forward, gives it back to Tonge. Tonge gets it caught rather in his feet and actually concedes a throw in, and both sides guilty of being a little sloppy through the first 4.5 minutes of this second half. Ashford tries to bring some composure to the proceedings, and I think King is offside here. It was a good timed run. King, can he control the bounce? He's in. Can he lay it off? Oh, Lee won't get there. It'll be a good claim by Laylock. I thought King could have got his head up slightly. I expected him to, such as his talent. Maybe he felt he wanted the goal himself. It was a good run, and eventually he brought the ball under control. Had a couple of blue shirts around him. He would have had a tap in. Cardiff get a foul. Just one there, Tom, maybe, where he, like King, thought, I've done all the hard work, I want to finish it off. But maybe in hindsight...
But to me, it looked a little, on first viewing anyway, so he taken a bit of a tuck to the shirt. There we are. Oh, no, not so bad, actually. Yeah, he should have probably just found his teammate there.
Titchmarsh brings it forward, and that's a decent ball out to Kanu, who takes it in flight, turns the ball round the corner, looking for Overton, who seems to be playing in a more central position in this second half. And Peterborough will have a free kick in a good position to put the ball into the box on the right-hand side. Again, just to say, the senior team back in action tomorrow, 8 o'clock kickoff at the Hawthorn, so the pre-game show will start at 7:30 with team news, build-up and interviews. Our attentions must focus solely on this game and this free kick for Peterborough, which Cardiff need to defend. It's quite a high line in the box, and it's a good win there by Bagan. Second ball falls Peterborough's way on the edge of the area. O'Connell, nice close control, shot at goal, good block from Semenyo, but that will go out for another corner. And Peterborough, I think, have changed up. They're playing a front two, but a man in the number 10 role as well. Maybe trying to win more second ball. Corner kick is taken, it's whipped towards the near post. Benjamin wins first blood. Cardiff get the clearance, only as far as Tonge, but rather than go back to the corner taker, decides to take the shot on goal, and it's wide, high, and Cardiff have a chance to regroup.
Very well handled by Xavier Benjamin at the back there, right before the corner kick's coming in. He's properly telling his teammates where he wants them to be on that goal line, and then is quick enough to get to the cross as it comes in and deal with it himself.
Throw-in will go Peterborough's way, and they're certainly having more possession, more territory at the beginning of this second half. Not doing a lot with it in terms of creating clear-cut chances, but they're putting the home side on warning. Good press again from Lee, and Cardiff should turn that over. They do turn it over. King tries to find Lee again. It was good covering defending from Titchmarsh. But Jack Lee's press has been decent all game. Colwell and Titchmarsh clash again. That's happened a few times since the Peterborough substitutes come on, but he's added some bite to that Posh midfield. And Cardiff are on the back foot once more as Peterborough look to come forward. Titchmarsh maybe tries to force that ball a little. Bagan was always in control of the situation. Lee tries to find King, but once more it just goes amiss. Titchmarsh gives it back into his back line to Lamb. Lamb now with the crossfield diagonal, and Semenyo just judges the flight of that, heads it out for a throw-in to Peterborough. It's almost a 3-2-3-2 for Peterborough now. 3 defenders, 2 holding midfielders, and 3 more advanced midfielders behind the front 2. So they have changed shape, formation a little bit, trying to get more bodies into the middle of the park, break up Cardiff's play and work the ball slightly quicker themselves. And Darren Pearce is asking for a more aggressive press. Good win by King, and he can release Ashford. Ashford, the ball is in front of him. He's got to hold off his man. That's good defending by Lamb. King maybe he was caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Didn't want to put too much on the ball that it ran away from Ashford, but at the same time didn't quite get it out of Ashford's feet enough. Cardiff have turned the ball over once more, but Tanner is beaten to the punch. And Peterborough can release the play and find Overton, who's grown in influence at the start of this second half. And now he's looking to drive at Benjamin, takes him to the byline. Can he keep it in? He does. Ball right across Lustra. Good goalkeeping. Strong left hand, has to claim. But again, another half warning sign there for Cardiff, as Peterborough, and particularly Gabriel Overton, starting to look dangerous.
Certainly, it's well claimed by Rowan Lustra there. Reads it well enough, figures that it's not going to be a shot, it's going to be a cross, and he's right on it.
First real time the Cardiff City goalkeeper has been called into action, and he dealt with that well. He's looked pretty assured all day with the ball at his feet. Cue the curse of the commentator. No, that's a good pass to King. King, though, under pressure from Kanu, and that ball comes off King last. Peterborough have the throw in, and it is they now who are trying to condense the pitch, shrink the pitch, and press and keep Cardiff in their own half. Finding space between the lines. That was Darlington. He finds Kanu. Kanu going up against Bagan, takes him to the outside, gets a cross in. Cardiff will get the benefit of the ricochet, and Antwi actually decides to play out from the back, and that's nice. Semenyo has broken the press and given it to Tanner. Cardiff have a 3-on-3. It's a lung-bursting run from Semenyo. Tanner needs to get his head up. He drives back across goal, decides to go himself. He's going to have 3 Cardiff City players right now. Well, there might be some verbals as they run back, particularly as Semenyo is out of position. There was a ball on. Once more Tanner. You can see the balance, you can see the prowess. I just wonder out loud whether he's trying to force the issue a little bit too much. But it's all a learning exercise. As Steve Morrison said, he is a project. And it's obvious he's got natural ability. Good ball down the line. Well read by Cardiff's number 4. Takes the ball off the feet of Darlington, but it will be a Peterborough throw-in. There appears to be a little bit of movement on the Cardiff bench. We'll keep our eye on that. Ball is turned over by Titchmarsh, and Ashford has a chance to drive. He has Tanner outside him. Will he get his head up? He does. Finds Tanner. It's a little behind him. Tanner tries to give the ball back to Ashford. Just not quite coming off for Tanner at the moment, but just keep making those runs. say Peterborough having more of the ball, more possession. You could argue it's decent game management from Cardiff. Their shape looks okay as Bacon gives away a foul, and does look like they can break and cause problems on the counter-attack. So maybe intentional, this for Cardiff City, although Joel Bacon there, Tom takes a foul, a pretty obvious shirt pull.
Yeah, absolutely. Bacon definitely knows what he's doing there. He just wants to slow down, know to play a bit. Obviously he's brought a yellow card with it, but that'll be worth it in his eyes, I think.
Hear Benjamin from here saying get up, bringing his line up. He's an organiser. He's telling Joel Bacon, who's a reasonably senior pro in this side, get up, get higher. Short free kick from Peterborough as they look to change the angle of attack. Drilled ball. It's going to be handball as Colwell couldn't quite bring it under control. Decent idea from Peterborough. They had worked something in the left-hand attacking channel there, but Cardiff will have the free kick. So we're approaching the hour mark, and it's still here at Cardiff City Stadium. Cardiff City 2, Peterborough United 0. Thanks for joining us on a Tuesday lunchtime for coverage of the under-21 team, and we look forward to bringing you coverage throughout the season. Nice ball inside. There's more angles, more options for Peterborough off the ball, but that's a forced pass and a poor pass there from Roddy McGlinchey. It's a shame for the Posh because Darlington had space there to go into. Flick on by Ashford, good flick on, and Lee is in behind and has a 2-on-1. Finds Tanner, is this Tanner's moment? Once on his left foot, takes it on his right. His weaker foot shot straight at Laylock. Laylock makes a save. Just the pressure of the defender there, Tom, meant that Tanner couldn't kind of open his body and get it back on his favoured left foot. Good run though, but Peterborough goalkeeper makes another save.
That's a great run, it's a great pass, and before that a great flick on from Ashford. Not quite able to get the power on it that you would have wanted, but as you said, that's what happens when you've got the pressure. You're not able to put it onto your preferred foot, and nonetheless, corner kick, 1 for City.
All right, 2 substitutions planned. Will they happen before the corner? It looks like they will. Joel Colwell is one of the men coming off. The 2 subs about to come on are Raheem Conte and Caleb Hughes. Colwell is one, and I think Tanner, who is limping and walking behind the goal, is the other. So excited to see Conte and Hughes. A decent afternoon, well, certainly for Colwell. Goal scorer and is impressed, and Tanner had good moments, didn't he? And again, he's clearly a natural talent, but doesn't need to force that progress too quickly. Cardiff take the short corner. Hughes has it, immediate impact, puts it across the box. King, will he finish? Cleared off the line. Credit to Oscar Tonge, who was there. King's shot is whipped, bending shot had beaten Laylock. Excellent first introduction from Caleb Hughes. As Ollie Tanner gets a warm round of applause beneath us, and the new trend of about 20 or 25 kids asking for his shirt. Gonna have to be making a lot more shirts these days, Tom, the amount of kids who are asking for shirts these days.
Yeah, it's a change them at half time, wouldn't they?
I was growing up watching Cardiff in the old Division 4 and Division 3. I'm not sure they could afford if I'd have asked for Wayne Faraday's shirt or Charlie Oatway's shirt. Cohen Griffith's shirt, that would have been a keeper. Anyway, back to the present, and Peterborough looked to play down the right-hand side, but can't link up with Colwell. Ball goes out for a throw, and it will give Peterborough a chance to make a further substitution. And we have another member of the trialist family on the pitch. One aside now. Number 4 for Cardiff, and now number 16 for Peterborough. My apologies that we can't give him more kudos than that. I believe it's Oscar Tonge, the man who just headed the ball off the line, who has come off. Eli King inches away from making it 3-0 to the Bluebirds. It's a loose back pass and will force Laylock into a moment of panic, but he regains control of the situation. Good tackle from Semenyo, who's been quietly effective, more so perhaps defensively than going forward, Tom, but continues to impress as a solid member of this team.
Certainly, yeah, he's got bags of pace and plenty of energy to go with it. Not to mention very composed usually on the ball. It combines well with whoever he seems to be partnered up with, it seems.
The substitutes seem to have brought a new endeavour to Cardiff. The press was good again there, led by Caleb Hughes, supported by Eli King, as Luthra does well to take control of that situation. Read it so well. Finds Conte. Nice turn and swivel from Conte. And that's, well, I'm not sure if Pritchard is already on a yellow card. Certainly he's been involved in some incidents today, but that's going to be the most obvious yellow card I've seen in a long time. Titchmarsh does take the booking. Lovely turn away from Conte. Feel that Cardiff are back in control of this game if they ever really lost it. They were somewhat sloppy at the start of this second half, but seem to have regained their poise as Semenyo links with Lee. Lee, is he fouled? Referee says no. Semenyo, is he fouled? Referee says no. And Peterborough were able to escape that situation. A decent ball into Darlington. Darlington, nice reverse ball that eventually results in Antwi fouling his man, and a free kick to the Posh, which they take quickly. Bagan steps in. That's not a, well, I don't think Bagan actually touches the man there. Kanu's expecting the contact and goes to ground. It was a swing and a miss from Bagan. Ball right the way through to Luthra. Cries of too easy from Darren Pearce, the way substitute Darlington was able to get in behind there. Darren Pearce has been very vocal in this second half. He is someone who's held in very high regard here at Cardiff City as a coach. Everyone talks extremely highly about him. He's not entirely happy with everything he's seen in this second half thus far. Nice from Bagan. Saw that the pass back to Luthra was going to be taken away. Used the centre half instead, although unfortunately now Hughes is offside. Here's Conte. Can he dart away? He can't, but again, looks like one of those midfielders that Steve Morrison has made it a mission to get at the club for Cardiff City. Athletic, can cover ground, can press, and then when they have the ball can make quick, good decisions. Semenyo makes a couple of poor decisions there, and as a result concedes a foul. So nice, both senior team and 21 team, to see perhaps a more mobile, athletic midfield that can press. Cardiff have had talented midfielders down the years, but well, at least to my eye, they had slipped behind a lot of teams in the division in modern football. I think Steve Morrison has done very well, and Darren Purse at this level to rectify that, although Peterborough have this free kick, and it's a good save from Luthra. In control of the situation, but on the stretch it was a good attempt from Colwell. And whilst it's only 2 goals, Tom, Peterborough have life.
Certainly do. They've they've threatened every now and again, haven't they? In the second half in particular, I think maybe just before the subs were made, they've looked a bit more in control of the match, or seemingly trying to establish themselves anyway. But so far, City have mainly, and again, I hope I'm not triggering some sort of commentator's curse here, City have mainly managed to keep those threats to being long-ranged efforts.
Decent again from the trialist, who it's always in a difficult position, I suppose, when you're a trialist. You want to impress, but you don't want to overcommit, as we see a replay of that good save from Luther from the free kick. You don't want to force the issue too much. I think he's been solidly effective back there, as he's in the right position again and hooks away. It's been a decent combination between him and Benjamin. Cardiff feel they can work Ashford in behind, so they are going long, but they're going long with a purpose. Peterborough committing a lot of men forward, looking to squeeze the game in the Cardiff half, so that release ball is always on. There's been a couple of occasions where Cardiff perhaps should have made better use of it. King finds Hughes in space. Hughes has made a difference since he's come on. Finds Bagan. Bagan doesn't want to play the return. He drives in field. Nice opening up with the body by Ashford. Shot at goal straight down the throat of Laylock. Good save, but a decent move from Cardiff. I have liked the energy that Caleb Hughes has brought since coming onto the field, but now Peterborough have their chance. It's a momentary 2-on-1. Kanu, though, has made the angle more difficult for himself. He does find the cutback. Great block by Benjamin. Well, Kanu did have a 2-on-1 with Overton. Rather took the ball wide, but did get his head up in the end, cut it back, looking for Corbelt, and that's a nice read and a nice block there, Tom, by Benjamin.
Certainly. You'd like to think that Luther would have had the angle there, but Benjamin fortunately just gets in the way of it anyway. It's pretty much at full stretch, but manages to get the block off.
Whip ball towards the near post. A mixture of Benjamin and Luther get the ball away. That'll be a throw into Peterborough as we're inside the last 20 minutes here. Cardiff can bring their line up. And it's a rather forced, wasted pass. Luther will control the game once more, and Cardiff are just doing enough. They're managing this game in a professional manner. Conte, good touch. Can he get away from his man? It's a good recovery there from Donnelly. Ref says no to that, and Cardiff have a 4-on-3. Antwi thinks about shooting himself, goes wide. Here's Lee playing from the right-hand side now. Shot come cross, parried away by Laylock. Lee again, he finds Conte. Conte, can he open up his body? He's got a shot on goal, he's wriggling. Gives it back to Lee. Too many Cardiff City players almost queuing up. The end result is Cardiff will have a corner, and I think if Cameron Antwi was being a little bit more selfish there, he might have taken the shot on in the first passage of play, but decided to give it wide, and Cardiff never really recovered from that.
Certainly might have, but you know, it is a missed opportunity, I suppose, to score a goal. But when City have less than 20 minutes away from securing 3 points and 2-0, they may just be happy for the extra minute that they've got now set up for this corner kick.
We do have just another injury at the moment. I think a little bit of cramp. It gives us a chance to see key action, the goals. Joel Colwell. Hadn't even got the top off my pie by the time that goal went in after less than 90 seconds. And then Eli King. Well, I think I was the closest marker to him in the commentary box, but he used that space to a fine degree. And a lovely finish by King into the bottom corner. And those 2 early goals, Tom, maybe I wouldn't say killed this match, because Peterborough are working very hard, but you've always felt that Cardiff could go up a gear if they needed to.
Certainly, I think, you know, they've definitely had the better of the chances, City, as well, even since those 2 openers, but they have done a good job so far of just controlling it a bit better than Peterborough United have, and they've kind of tried to make it some sort of insurmountable challenge to get these 2 goals back.
Corner kick to Cardiff City. We are about to get play underway again. There will be another substitution for Peterborough imminently, but they won't change before this set piece. Antwin is in a lot of space on the far post, but Cardiff choose to go short to Semenyo. Semenyo now finds Antwi. Can he get his shot up? No, he runs into a clutch of bodies. There's bodies flying everywhere. A little bit of rock'em sock'em football there, but Cardiff get the ball back. Nice from King. Used both feet there to open up the pass. Hughes runs into a body. Referee says no, the defender didn't have to give up his ground, and the ball is back with Peterborough. And they find some space. And there is an opportunity here, big opportunity. Darlington's in, great save from Luthra. That was the moment for Peterborough. That would have made it a very interesting last 15 minutes. Luthra is furious at his defence, the space that was afforded, but credit to the goalkeeper. His first meaningful, perhaps, save of the game, apart from that free kick. What a good save it is.
Certainly, and with 15 minutes left, you know, it's crucial that if he is going to make a save like that he does it. The shot, you know, is fairly directly put, but nonetheless he manages to handle it and not let it rebound towards Darlington.
See a replay of that. Semenyo was caught upfield. Benjamin didn't know whether to stick or twist, step out or not. The ball was played to the side of him. Darlington was in, maybe had too much time. I know it's a cliche, but some things are better done on instinct. He maybe thought about that chance a bit too much. Luthra came out and made a very good save. Mackenzie Lamb is the latest man to leave the field for Peterborough, to be replaced by number 12, Arthur. Please accept my apologies. I didn't catch the first names of the Peterborough substitutes when the team sheet came out. It's a good win there in the Peterborough back line. Bagan, does he run into trouble? No, he has enough strength and balance to get away. Does he get the luck as well? No, the ricochet favours Peterborough. And they're committing men once more. They have an overlap on the left-hand side. Corbolt goes to ground a little easily, perhaps, but he was nudged, and that'll be a free kick to Peterborough, around about the same position as the one they had 10-15 minutes ago. And we saw Corbolt trouble Luthra on that occasion. Will he go same side? Will he go the other side? Whatever the case, it's a half chance for the Posh. Referee backs the wall up. Don't think there's any other intention here rather than a shot from Kai Corbolt. He steps up now over the wall. It didn't come down quick enough. Not a bad effort, but Luthra once more looked very, very composed, and no trouble to the Cardiff City goal.
I looked to have read that well enough, didn't he, Luthra? If it had looked like it was going to dip, I think your money would be on Luthra saving it, or at least tipping it over the bar.
11.5 minutes remaining here at Cardiff City Stadium, plus some stoppage time. It would be unfair on both teams to say this was a drab second half, but Cardiff's game management has really kicked in. They haven't particularly put their the foot down on the accelerator to take this game away. They're seeing out the game well. Peterborough are working hard. They've had moments, but don't seem to have the quality, the cutting edge to really break Cardiff down. And as a result, it's been a little bit of a half that both teams have cancelled themselves out. As I'd say, Cardiff, you feel, always in control and could step up a gear if they needed to. Kai Colwell is in a little bit of pain. He was before he took the free kick, but wanted to take responsibility for the free kick. When he was fouled, he seemed to fall on his right wrist. And whether a sprain or something, well, hopefully not something more serious, but he seems to be in a little bit of pain down there on the touchline. I'm sure some spray and some strapping will do the trick, but right now Peterborough are down to 10 men. I'm not sure he's going to be able to return, so Peterborough might indeed see out this game with 10 men. That will not help their chances of getting back into it, although this will. The fact that they're at the byline, a cross in, Benjamin does the first part well, but, well, I'm not sure how that can be offside, because Benjamin gave the ball back to him. Lino, how can it be offside, is the cry from Matthew Etherington. Benjamin did the first part very well, then rather gave the ball away needlessly. The player coming back on got the ball. The offside flag went up. Tom, I'll leave you sort all that out.
I think I'm about as confused as you are, to be honest, at the call. But nonetheless, City do now have the ball, which I'm not complaining about.
Ball just misses out Cian Ashford there. Cardiff have had to go a little bit longer in this second half, and as a result haven't been quite as fluent. It's a nice turn from Kanu, drawing Bagan in. Does he keep it in? He does, and once more Peterborough have numbers and runners into the box. Kanu, it's not a bad ball, just away from Darlington. It'll be recycled by Dornley. Good pressure though from Conte, and Lee, tries to spread the game. Maybe wanted to miss out Conte and go straight to Ashford. It would have been better to go back to Conte. The pass was cut out. Peterborough playing well with one man less. Kanu suddenly feels like he wants to open his legs and have a run every time at Joel Bagan. And we have a player, the trialist, who's gone down with cramp. Luther immediately grabs him up and says, "Don't go down now, otherwise you'll be forced off." And we've got a corner to defend, but maybe he hasn't played a lot of football during pre-season, and he seems to be suffering, the Cardiff number 4 at the moment. Titchmarsh will take the corner. Right-footed outswinger. There's a lot of height on that towards the far post. Peterborough get first contact and they've turned it in if they know it. Hits the post behind the goal. But again, Peterborough were quicker to that. It was well worked. It was a nice shot on the turn by Overton, and Luther had some concerns there, Tom.
Certainly did. I don't think he'd be too happy with the ball initially reaching an unmarked player at the back post. Snapshot, but he's put it just wide. I think, again, I'd like to think Luther had it covered, but you never know with a shot like that, it could just bobble up.
Well, credit to Peterborough. They're a man down, and maybe Cardiff are resting on their laurels, but they've created some chances. Cardiff have a chance to create an opportunity as Peterborough turned the ball over again. Ball comes back, step over perhaps. King, good save from Laylock. It was really intelligent centre forward play from Ashford. I think he knew his shot was going to be blocked, so he just protected the ball, rolled his body into the path of King. King, under pressure, couldn't pick a corner, and Matthew Laylock makes another good save. Now Peterborough go the other way. Overton. Ball comes back to McGlinchey. He keeps it going wide to Kanu, who's really started to impress in the last 10 minutes as this option out wide. He gives a give and go there. Cut back ball, this is a chance. Scuff shot, second chance, goal. Well, Overton is the goal scorer. His miss hit perhaps benefited him as Benjamin was getting down into position for the block. Ball never reached him. Benjamin was out of position. Overton, as a result, had a second chance and composed finish into the top right-hand corner, but it came from Kanu, who has been good in the last 10 minutes or so. Just there, that miss hit seemed to benefit Overton, but he recovered well. And Peterborough, Tom, are right back in this game.
Certainly are. You know, there's left, 5 minutes left of normal time now. City just need to control the match as they have done for the majority of it. See out these last 5 minutes and start off their campaign with a victory.
Cardiff have brought on Tom Davis for Jack Lee. I just wonder if Cardiff are going to go to a 3 centre-half system with Bagan maybe slipping in. Davis can play as the left wing back. Bagan's still staying out here as a left full back. Just wondered whether Darren Purse was thinking about shutting up shop. Semenyo makes ground down the line, now turns back to Conte. As Tom said, just under 5 minutes remaining. 2-1 here at Cardiff City Stadium. Peterborough, and a Peterborough team with 10 men right back in this game. First touch for Davis. Finds Ashford, who spins away well and now has grass to go into, but again just maybe tries to force a pass there. The ball is turned over. Credit to Ashford though, he goes back to win it back, and Cardiff have won it back, and here's King, who could have killed the game with that chance a few moments ago. Ashford once more in space. Does he think about the shot? He's made room, now lines it up, gets underneath it a little, and it's over the bar into the Canton stand. In a replay of that last opportunity for Ashford, I think done well as the central attacking focal point. So it looks like he's got decent close control and sort of similar to Isaac Davis, even though he's not the tallest striker in the world, has a good centre of gravity and can hold off defenders. Again, you'd say this has largely been a positive performance for Cardiff City. I just think Darren Purse will feel some complacency has crept in. Cardiff, though, can put the game to bed here. Semenyo, ball wide to Hughes, back to King. One to pass too many, maybe. Sorry, that was Davis, not King. Antwi thinks about the shot, takes on the shot, it's blocked. That space was closed very quickly by the Peterborough defender. Antwi again. Ashford moves the ball wide. Conte and Semenyo play a little bit of catch. Here is Ashford, who just looks to roll his body again. Again, he holds up well. And, well, I said it for 2 years watching Isaac Davis. It's always good when you see a diminutive figure who's still strong enough to hold off a big centre-half.
Certainly, I mean, it looked like he was even going to break away there if not for the referee's whistle. It's a good free kick to win with only a couple of minutes left.
Peterborough are going to keep 2 men up high for any break. Cardiff aren't committing a lot of players towards the box. It goes short to King. King could have given the return ball. Decision making maybe hasn't been great for Cardiff in this second half. The cross was poor and dealt with, and Kanu brings the ball out of the air well and breaks the line with that pass. Good tackle from Antwi with a little bit of help there from his teammate. .90 seconds remaining of the 90 minutes. do Peterborough have another chance in them? The referee will bring that back for a foul as Conte went to ground behind his man. And this will perhaps give Peterborough a chance to move bodies forward. A free kick from just over the halfway line. Well, they go short. That is the modern game. It's good to see, but the Sunday League player in me says, put that one in the box. Luther allows that to run out for a goal kick to Cardiff. All eyes will be on the fourth official, if we had one. He wasn't there in the first half, as to how many minutes we have left. Tom, your thoughts on the game? Cardiff started so well, it was always going to be hard to keep those standards. They were excellent through about 40 minutes. They looked in complete control. They looked a cut above. After that, there has been some game management, but maybe some complacency creeping in as well.
Perhaps. Again, it might just be tired legs as well, though, just from the energy that I'm sure is consumed whenever they are pressing as much as they have been doing that first half. Has to be a price for it, and tired legs seems to be it. But then again, they've had a busy pre-season, and I imagine that proper competitive match fitness will only improve as the season goes on.
That's a fair point. Just as Trialist goes down with a little bit of cramp once more, and it gives a chance for some of the players to take on fluids. It is the first competitive game of the season, despite what was a decent pre-season campaign. The intensity always goes up a notch, and match fitness needs to be built on what is still, despite a cloudy day at Cardiff City Stadium, still a humid day to play football. Antwi to King. King loses the ball on that occasion. Makes a good tackle on Kanu though, and should get the decision on the throw. It does get the decision on the throw, and that's a Cardiff throw right in front of Darren Pearce, and Matthew blocks him in the technical area. Ball down the line. Darren Pearce did want to make one more substitution. The referee said not on this occasion, and Peterborough have a goal kick. This time the game will be stopped for the substitution. Darren Pearce kind of asks, well, what difference did that make? But whatever the case, we will see Kyle Kenneford coming onto the pitch to replace he who has no name, who I think has done very well today, the trialist wearing number 4. Tom, he's been cool and composed and formed a nice partnership alongside Xavier Benjamin.
Certainly, he definitely looked quite comfortable, and fit in with the team.
Bagan will go to left centre half. Kenneford into midfield. Tom Davis to left back. So a little bit of musical chairs for Cardiff, but all players are comfortable in those positions. Good tackle by Davis. Now there's cries of forward 4 from the Peterborough bench. They know time is against them. Antwi gives it to Ashford. Ashford, was he returning from an offside position? Well, he doesn't chase the ball, so Peterborough can play on anyway, as they look to create a last chance to get an equaliser deep into stoppage time. Cross-field pass. Davis doesn't commit himself to the challenge, rather stands Kanu up, and probably the right decision there, and he gets a little bit of support from Conte. Kanu tries to go around the outside. Has he space for the cross? Well, he's made some space. Lovely cutback. Will he cross on his left foot? He does. Not the best cross on his weaker foot, and Cardiff are able to get that away. Can Peterborough recycle with any great effect? Well, they can't, because that was a good claim by Conte, and Conte tries to set Ashford away. Ashford uses his body so well. Little nudge, takes a defender off balance, retrieves the ball. That was great from Ashford. Now King feeds it forward. Caleb Hughes just on the edge of the box. It's a little bit of keep ball for Cardiff. That's the shout, that's the instruction. Cardiff killing time. Nice ball to King. What will King do? He goes back inside. Cardiff just taking time off the clock. Sensible. The youngsters want a shot at goal. They want another goal, but in terms of how Cardiff manage a game, this is all good stuff. Fagan will turn it back to Luthra. Peterborough will try and press now, but Luthra has a release ball to his right-hand side. Gives it to captain Benjamin. Benjamin, you know, I see Semenyo wanted to make the run. Semenyo turns on the afterburner, should get there first, does get there first. Can he drive into the box? Will win a corner. That was excellent, I thought, from Cardiff City, Tom.
Fantastically managed, it must be said. You know, you got Darren Pearce on the touchline saying keep the ball, and they managed to do just that. They're ambitious still with their passing at the end. You know, Semenyo's got plenty of gas left, and as you said, manages to win that corner kick. Could be huge for Cardiff City now with what I imagine is only seconds remaining.
And you anticipate that this ball will not come out of the corner. King and Hughes are over there. King will be the man given responsibility for protecting this. Shields it. Does he get a goal kick, corner? Well, Peterborough actually get the ball away. Nice read by Semenyo. Gets it forward. Kenneford can't keep it in. It'll be a throw into Peterborough, but it must be the absolute dying embers of this one now.
Referee's checking his watch.
Has to go forward from Peterborough. Has to perhaps go against those principles. Still, though, they look to play between the lines. That's a good win by Antwi, who's done that all afternoon. Free kick to Peterborough. Ball is thrown away, and that should be a booking, I'd imagine, from Conte. A little bit needless. Peterborough now will send everybody forward. Well, this is it for the visitors. They need the ball to break their way. Cardiff, if they defend this, the win and 3 points will be theirs. Darren Pearce wants a high line. Benjamin is trying to carry out those instructions. Ball goes forward. Who's going to win first contact? It is Peterborough who flick on. Clutch of bodies at the edge of the area. Can Peterborough spread the game? They can't. Conte will take it away. Referee has another look at the watch. Conte goes past his man. Whistle goes. Cardiff hold on for the victory. And a victory which they deserved. The Bluebirds winning here this afternoon at Cardiff City Stadium against Peterborough United by 2-1. And it was a little closer in the end, Tom, than it needed to be. It should have been. Credit to Peterborough for that, particularly playing with 10 men. Cardiff, they were scintillating in the first 35 minutes. It was always going to be difficult to keep up that standard.
Certainly, it's... again, I think I said earlier, it might have been tired legs. It'd be interesting to hear from Darren Pearce at the end of everything here, but nonetheless, I think City definitely have deserved the victory today. You know, they were incredible for the opening 20-25 minutes, and unfortunate not to be more than 2 ahead at half-time. Perhaps, you know, perhaps Peterborough did deserve a goal back in the end, but nonetheless, with 3 points, City have got this season off to a great start.
Really like this from Darren Pearce. He knows how much this club means to the fans. There's a lot of youngsters here today. There's, you know, a couple of hundred people who've come down, and Darren Pearce is saying, go to those fans, go to the youngsters. And I like that from Darren Pearce, former captain of Cardiff City. I think he gets this club. And those youngsters on their summer holidays, getting the fist bumps now, the hand taps, and that's good to see. And that's a really nice read of the situation by Darren Pearce and his team. Credit to Peterborough, and we wish them a safe journey home. And if you have been watching from Peterborough today, your side were valiant in defeat, particularly when they went down to 10 men, and it was a nice goal scored by Gabriel Overton. But really, Cardiff could have killed this game in the first half. They did have chances in the second half, notably Eli King, but Bluebirds did enough to win. Goals of quality from Joe Colwell and Eli King, as again, great pictures there. Love to see that, Tom, the youngsters getting involved, the team going over there. And, you know, those are Cardiff City fans, players even, of the future, and this will mean a lot to them. Definitely will.
It's, you know, great on the summer holidays as well. They probably won't be able to come by most Tuesday afternoons to watch Cardiff City 21s playing, but you know, in TCS as well. I'm sure the players have had a great experience today. Plenty to learn from it, both on the pitch and, you know, playing on a pitch as big as this one.
Lots of selfies being taken down there. Yes, Raheem Conte, who seems very happy to oblige. Someone want to give him his trainers? That would be a strange one. Oh, I like that bucket hat, young man. Very jealous of that. Well, it's a feel-good factor at Cardiff City, and that seems to be all around the club at the moment. Really good to see, and the under-21s have continued that this afternoon with their 2-1 win against Peterborough. Don't forget, the senior side look to continue their momentum, look to get a victory on the road, having lost to Reading when they go to the Hawthorns. Always a difficult game. Steve Bruce's West Bromwich Albion tomorrow night. Kick-off 8 o'clock, pre-game show at 7:30. I think you're stuck with me again for that one. But we look forward to your company, and hopefully Cardiff City can carry on their form from the weekend, particularly that first half against Birmingham, where they really did play some lovely football. We'll look over some second half highlights. Eli King had a couple of chances. This was the first where just thought that maybe having done all the hard work, he wanted to be the guy who finished it off. Perhaps with hindsight, there was a pass to be laid off. Rohan Luthra hadn't really had to do anything for around about an hour, apart from play the ball well with his feet. But then when he was called into action, was neat and tidy and made telling contributions. Ollie Tanner, really is a joy to see him in full flight. Again, just my take on things. Wonder at the moment whether he's just trying to fall things a little too early. Just needs to grow into his Cardiff City career. He's certainly got all the attributes to be a top player. Here was Tanner on this occasion. Gets the shot at goal, but straight down the throat of Laylock, who made a save. And Laylock was just decent for Peterborough all afternoon. In the first half, he made a number of good saves. Tanner got the very warm reception from the Cardiff City crowd, and almost immediately Caleb Hughes injected some life into the Bluebirds, and Eli King, well, that was chance number 2. That was cleared off the line by Mackenzie Lamb. Eli King could have had a hat-trick on another day. Luthra there, a save, comfortable, but still had to make it, and got his wall right, got his positioning right. 2 good, strong hands to it. There was an even better save to come later. This was it. Oh no, this was the block by Benjamin. Very similar to the goal. And then this was the save, Tom. I thought Luthra out quickly. I also like the way he gets straight back up and berates his defenders. That looks like a goalkeeper to me.
Certainly, yeah. I was going to say, just another missed free kick here. And I think this one is the goal, potentially.
Oh, that was... Right. Yeah, just turned round the post. That was a decent half chance from a well-worked corner routine. Peterborough were knocking at the door at this stage, although Cardiff, you felt, could always catch them on the break. Jack Lee, this was lovely, I thought, by Ashford. He understands that situation. He can't have the chance. He gives it to King, and could have been another one for King. This was one for Peterborough. The little scuff catches Benjamin out, but Overton probably deserved his luck. Decent finish, and Peterborough rewarded for their hard endeavours. But overall, Tom, just a closing thought from you. A good professional start to the season.
Certainly, I think it's for the most part very well managed by Cardiff City, and I think overall a performance that was not only positive but very entertaining for the people in the stands, and hopefully for people watching at home. I'm sure Darren Pearce will have plenty to talk about in his post-match interview, but I think there's plenty that he can be happy with today.
Certainly can be. Right, everybody, get back to work. I know I will be. We hope you've enjoyed lunchtime coverage of this under-21 game today, and we hope you'll enjoy our coverage all season. Senior team again tomorrow. You don't need to tell you the details again. Thank you to my colleague Tom Hopkins for his company as always. Thank you for joining me, John Donovan. I'll leave you with the score here. Cardiff City 2, Peterborough United 1.